Man, it's a new day. Yeah. Somebody moving from the table, let me get a seat. Everybody's on, let's move our feet. I'm just trying to tell you what it is. Woke up this morning and I'm gonna change the world. I'm looking back on how I thought things would stay the same. I know it's gonna be, yes I know it's gonna be a good day.
Yo, we having a good time. Everybody in the hood and it's good vibes.
Yeah, we having a good time. Everybody in the hood know it's good vibes.
Yo, we having a good time. Everybody in the hood and it's good vibes.
Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Woke up this morning and I think I'm gonna change the world. I'm looking back on how I thought things would stay the same. I know it's gonna be, yes I know it's gonna be a good day.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's gonna be a good day.
I can't hear nothing.
You got nothing?
No,
Still?
I tell you, he was doing something wrong.
No, I can.
This
everything.
cappuccino is.
Can you hear?
Can I hear? Can I hear?
Can you
No,
hear?
I can't hear anything.
Can't hear anything.
Telling this new machine ain't
I
working.
don't know. It doesn't always doing something with something, bro. I know this double jack thing. That's supposed to be in 3 or 4 or
I tell
5.
them stop buying Jack from the Chinese.
Y'all ain't gonna talk with the Chinese people like that. That's what y'all ain't gonna do. Oh, I move the camera up. Boy, man, y'all fast. That is what again?
No, that one ain't.
Oh, that's it. I can move this stand. That's what this is the way, man. You can move. You been in your move all kind of while.
Anyway, good afternoon, everybody. You're tuning in. As you can tell, you know what you're tuning into. You could hear by the level of yeah.
You got the jacket on and try to myself. Don't touch it. Leave it.
No, he tell you go ahead. He said do what you're doing. While Mr. Ramsey is being our sub technician. So glad to have you tune in to Glow 93.9. It is 9 minutes after 6 o'clock. We're a little late tonight.
Whose fault that is?
Mr. Taylor was significantly late, and Mr. Ramsey was on time, but had other business he was doing outside.
Don't do that.
Yes, you did. You not have other business doing outside?
But you know what? You know how you know I had other business outside? Because when you pull up, when you reach, I was already
I pulled up at 5:29. I watched my clock.
I was already
ready
here.
at 5. Yeah, but then you
I
were
sit in my
doing
car
business.
for 10 minutes.
You were
Then I
doing
come
business.
out. And I walk inside.
I
and
made
you wasn't
sure
ready.
it couldn't be said I wasn't here for 5:29.
You know what you do? When you come in here, see, you all got to stop. You got to tell the listeners the truth.
It cannot be said I wasn't ready for 5:29.
You have to tell the listeners the truth. You have a whole set. I can hear something now. I know that's static. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. When you come to the station,
Yeah.
you have a whole, the word is looking for. The word is, man. You have a lot of, not a lot, but you have a routine that you have to go through.
That's what you're looking for?
You have a routine before you come inside there. You never walk in the door and walk straight in here.
I literally today walked straight in here.
I didn't see that.
Because he was outside on the phone. He was doing business. He had some serious business going on. And I understand it.
I remember. But
I
was
businessman.
It's only me and you anyway. And for some reason, you scared to start the show just me and you.
No.
So why you mean that we could have started the show?
You were doing business, and then you wanted flavor for your coffee.
Motorbike.
Did you not want it? Then we assisted you because I guess you was trying to call our bluff, and you realized that our operation is not a tuck shop, and we had the flavor. We had an amazing flavor. How was the flavor in your coffee? Was it pretty good?
It's pretty good. Now after all that, we still gonna start at 5:39.
No, and then we had to talk about
No.
nonsense that he did last time.
Oh, that nonsense.
Right. So we need.
He don't. You know.
Hold on. Who are you referring to as Tito?
He say he.
When you throw rock at his hand, Robert, whoever holler, you don't get it.
They're referring.
He say
they're referring to serious man as he.
That was the ringleader.
He's the one who started
You better be careful who you're leaning on.
Yeah.
I remember when Delvin used to be in my corner.
Right, she's eating your corner.
He used to be my sidekick in that black Civic. That's why he ain't never riding that girl.
He ain't interested to be in your corner no more.
No.
He interested in what matters. And what you did didn't matter.
Didn't matter, for sure. So anyway.
Boy.
We're not going to dwell.
No,
I was advocating for you for one of your songs. You released a song yet? Tell me
He released it.
No.
And
He
he did announce that he don't let me listen things no more. He says be negative.
I wonder what station.
Never been negative.
I wonder what station you can get it for.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna be watching.
Well, I will follow the same format as last time, and hopefully I get a different response this time.
Boy, oh boy.
You are tuned in to Glory 93.9, the freshest wave of glory to hit the world. The atmosphere, ionosphere, stratosphere, red cross sphere, and the I'm Breaking the Cycle worldwide tour and fair. So glad to have you locked in.
But the Red Cross fair was hot. Well, I mean, that was my first Red Cross fair.
When?
You like the one this year?
The one you said they
That was in the original Red. Was that the original Red Cross?
No,
What's
because
been the original
the
Red
location
Cross
changed.
fair?
I mean, it's all about location back in the day.
Yeah, I'm coming ground.
Government grounds,
yeah, they changed. From
Man, that ain't count,
So
man.
it can't be. It ain't gonna be the same. So I heard. I never went to government grounds, but when I
Who
went
never been
to it,
going ground Red Cross fair?
My daddy.
Who's deprived of a child?
I never been myself,
my
so I probably was
my
surprised.
daddy was very, very strict. My daddy.
But Red Cross fair was something like that was a good thing.
Fair. One fair I go to is church fair.
Red Cross just like church.
No. I talking about church and it gotta be like gospel music playing.
No, the Red Cross fair was.
You guys gotta go to Red Cross fair and don't go to the dance.
My
hot.
dad was taking that chance. We couldn't go to that.
Man, you couldn't get in the dance anyway. I mean, you couldn't sneak in the dance.
Yeah.
You can see.
Well, you know, Denczil first time to the movies, he was 27. Oh, I said that on mic? Oh, sorry.
You better be careful, you know. You better be careful.
Hey,
better be careful.
I ever told you about that experience?
No.
You sure you inside?
No, we ain't talking about that.
We was out-
I don't not know you. I don't not to say you today.
All I know
We'll
is
make
that
good bucks, but I'm telling you.
You sure you were going down this road?
So I'm telling you, Sean,
Mr. Taylor, my
a
friend,
word
my
to the
brother,
wise is
you want to
sufficient.
go down that road?
Be careful. It doesn't do with me
going
this time.
down this road again.
All right.
Exactly.
I can break the cycle though. I promise you I break the
There's no
cycle.
need for that because we ain't getting down that road.
Okay.
There's no need
All
for
right.
that.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
I miss y'all though.
Yeah,
It's
we
been a
miss you
week,
too.
man. It's been a week.
You know, a lot of things
How was y'all week? A lot of things happened this week. A lot of things, you know. We didn't get to talk about Rodney Munker last time, but I think
didn't.
we'll touch on that at some point today.
I was saying we need to have a segment. I was dropping my son to school, and I didn't have enough chance. I want to do a little jingle for our new segment. Do some segments and make it no fun, you know. So I want to do one segment called "Man, You Got to Do Better."
Man, you gotta do better.
You got to do better, man. So this the one.
That
This
sounds
is-
good.
You gotta,
I like that
hold on,
concept.
You gotta do better, man, or man, you gotta do better.
I don't know. You can be worded. How you want to word it? But the whole concept.
You gotta make sense though.
Whichever one you do, you got to do better. Probably you got to do better rather than man, because then it may sound gender.
Experiments.
Oh,
biased.
man is neutral.
So here's my thing. I was dropping my son to school, and I always see this.
Man.
And this, no, I just always see this,
it's just
and
emphasis,
it bothers me how mothers is drop their children to school, how this be dressed. That is bothering me. Man, you got to do better, man.
Who you blame for that?
I mean, how they speak dress.
Like you wear night, like you roll to bed, you wearing your night clothes, like you. Man,
ain't so, say it ain't so.
man, and then one I saw this one. I thought she didn't see me seeing her. She fixing it. I saying the hypocrisy. She there fixing her daughter hair and like she round while she fixing her hair and fixing her. I said, but look at you in the road like this. You shouldn't leave your house like this.
That's powerful.
Anyway, you gotta do better, man.
That's a young mother or that's an old
It don't matter.
She look like she was like early 30s,
It-
mid 30s, something like that.
It don't matter. Terms
That's
you
a
could
young
hear us
mother.
in the headphones.
Yeah,
Oh, just curious.
you see that?
No, but I ain't asking that. It's fine. I can hear you talking though. But it don't matter. I agree. It don't matter. They shouldn't come at the house like that. I always be curious. Come at the house with the hair cloth on. Come at your house in your slip. Dragging bedroom slippers. Bedroom slippers for the house.
And
They shouldn't come in the car.
You dropping your child to
Just for
school.
argument's sake, why shouldn't they come at the house the way they want to come at the house?
You should have some type of respect for yourself.
Like, because she
It's
have on,
inappropriate.
what she had on?
Because
Tell me what she had
pajamas
on.
for the
Those
bed.
who online, let me know if y'all think I'm wrong. I mean,
Pajamas is for the bed.
like you on night clothes, like you ain't like.
Y'all put names to these clothing, you know. Back in the day, they just had name clothes.
Yeah, and then the
They
ground.
had the option. They had no option for pajamas.
No.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
your Grammy
Fine dining,
ain't never gone outside. And no, she ain't never gone to no movies. Gone to drop nobody to school in no slip.
Let me tell you something. You see
No,
these-
answer that. Yeah, I mean, them do that.
No, she ain't coming out the
No,
porch.
no. I don't
The
think
most she might
I don't
do
think
is
nobody
walk to
left
the
to drop their
garbage.
children to school in their slip. That is not what you said.
Fed, man.
Slip is different.
They're underclothes.
You still-
To
you
me,
still
it's
see them, eh?
underclothes bed.
You still see them, you know. They have hair cloth on. They have on the little boy shorts. They have on spaghetti shop with no bra on. Dragging bedroom
Absolutely.
slippers. On a consistent basis, bro.
The
Y'all
one
be-
this
y'all must be
morning-
noticing a lot when y'all dropping y'all children to school.
Stop it.
But you can say what you want because your child don't go to school yet, so you don't do more school drop off. That's why you're trying.
I just be trying to get out of the traffic. Hey, you reach? Go. See you later. Love you. Have a good day.
No, Dalton, do you
Y'all
agree?
see a lot.
Do you see it when
That
you
does-
drop your child to school, Dalton?
Yeah, but every day.
But why when you see you just can't play against see?
No, the point I'm making is that
So you trying to be devil's advocate now, right?
You're getting it wrong. We ain't
Yeah, yeah.
I try to be devil's advocate.
We ain't saying
all us can't agree.
Ain't none say we listen. Ain't none say we
Oh
want
no,
woman.
I don't get that.
All we saying is
You
it's
shouldn't-
inappropriate.
you
Which
should-
that's
Are they covered?
not properly.
Barely. Barely.
What you mean belly?
Barely. I just tell you, you think a woman should be dropping a 5-year-old boy to school?
They coming out the car?
And
Yes.
but how else you seeing them?
But how you see if they come
I
back?
thought-
You get
I
put
thought
our
you-
head to the window?
I thought y'all pull up on the car, look inside.
It's so bad at school that my kids go to. They
Oh, is that your school too? It was just my school.
no, they had said something out, stating that they it's not allowed.
Mothers, y'all stop it. Stop it.
They've asked them. They sent out some asking them to wear to dress appropriately when dropping off the children to school.
Why? Person who texts me. Why you scared? Why you don't text online? Why you scared? Why you scared?
That's a long text too.
Pastor, I'm calling name. At school, at my daughter's school, I've reported to the principal. One morning, a lady had on a satin cap and bathroom robe, and the breezes blew, and she only had on skimpy underwear, bathing suit attire. I don't like it, and it's distasteful. Signed, the wife. I thought it was the husband. Signed, the wife. That's inappropriate.
Yeah.
What Mary Walker say?
That's not for school. To that room.
Some ladies are inappropriate. Back in my days, my granddaddy, them used to travel in their Sunday best. Now people wearing pajamas in the airport. You know what? I did see somebody in like a pajamas in the airport.
Well, that's the thing now. Uggs, pajama pants, big t-shirt, big sweater. That's the thing.
I don't have a problem with people in their pajama pants. It's a pants. They're fully covered.
But unless they haven't like the pajama day to school or something, my kids ain't wearing no pajamas to school.
I saw.
And they ain't wearing no pajamas.
I was
don't be
traveling.
into that.
I was traveling the other day against security, and this older lady was there. Older meaning like not old. She's like in probably late 50s, early 60s. And this young child was coming through, and she looked at the child, look at me, and I shake my head. She said, Lord Jesus, Lord, are you traveling like this? Are you traveling? And by the it even ain't just sexy, like it's nasty. Like it look nasty to
It's
me.
too much. You don't leave nothing for the imagination. You have everything.
You want deep just now.
You guys have everything out there. That's what I'm saying.
I get a recommendation for our new segment. They said if you call it, you know better.
You know better.
Yeah.
I know we waiting on it.
Huh?
I know we waiting on it.
Ooh, that's
So lately, I don't know if you all heard about this, but everybody know Jeremy, right?
I've been hearing about this guy, this Jeremy person, and I don't.
Well, apparently, Jeremy is out of order lately, and I think the powers
So
that be.
he's somewhat of a. So I mean, I've
needs to
been
do
seeing stuff
something.
online, Jeremy, and I don't know this person.
The powers that be needs to do something to either have Jeremy on lockdown, or have your family have him come pick him up and take him off the street, because what Jeremy has been doing over the past several weeks, y'all talking about mothers coming to school, coming to children to school. Y'all heard about Jeremy?
Nope. I haven't.
Well, Jeremy is, everybody know Jeremy. Who knows Barry knows Jeremy? He's normally in the East Street.
No of Jeremy.
Know of Jeremy. He's
Yeah.
normally in the East Street, Bay Street area, Shirley Street area, especially in the morning times. This guy has been walking around in his bathing suit.
A birthday suit.
Correct.
Why you pointing at me? I answered it.
His birthday suit.
Uh-huh.
Not only walking around his birthday suit, there were several instances where tourists walked up on him and he was relieving himself in public.
I don't really myself out using the bathroom.
No,
He's
Satisfying himself.
That's different. Okay, wow.
in public.
No, I don't.
powerful.
That ain't funny. That ain't. That he should be arrested. They should be.
And he's still allowed to roam the streets. I'm trying to figure out.
How you know? I mean, I'm gonna say how you know, but I
There's
mean,
been several reports.
then they should
I had a client come on their way to me, past him. He actually witnessed this.
No, anybody who does that. I mean, number one, that he is in his birthday suit. He should be taken off the street. But anybody who does that to me, that's a threat of being.
That's criminal. That's
a threat of being a rapist. That's a peeping Tom. That's somebody who's sick, and who knows what they'll do next. They shouldn't. I don't know.
Its mental capacity may not be there, but there are places for persons like these, and we have to protect our citizens and our guests from these. I mean, stuff like this.
I was in a meeting with some Anyway, I was in a meeting with some persons.
You always meet with some person.
Yeah.
That's person.
This persons. And
One of these days, you got to call some names.
this was shortly after the heinous incident with that baby girl who got raped and suffocated and strangled. So that's what we're looking for, and strangled. And then, of course, then the older lady died up in that apartment building upstairs on Ross Corner. That same within a week. And then shortly thereafter, there was the girl who got beat up, who got accosted at the bus stop down Blue Road. So my thing is that all of these were done by mentally ill persons. My challenge is that there's not been some sort of campaign or nothing done that I have heard of to clean up the streets with these mentally ill persons after such a heinous 2-3 weeks that we had. Like it is gone and now we just move on like it never happened.
But
I've not seen an aggressive program.
But hold on, Denczil.
I listen.
Understandable, right? But if I'm not mistaken, those persons that committed those acts are functioning in the wake society. They're not the ones that are sleeping on the side of the road.
I didn't know that. Are they functional? I didn't know that.
When I say functional, I mean they're not
They're not vagrants.
They're the one who's sleeping on the side of the road, who this and who that. They ones who supposedly masking whatever it is that they're going to do and trying to function as a regular person in society.
That's news to me. I didn't know that.
Based on the one or two people that I saw in the paper that was charged with one or two of those. I don't know if everybody was charged, but it wasn't it
wasn't vagrants.
Right, not like a Jeremy or one of the guys that sleep on the side. Like the people who sleep on the side didn't really bother nobody. They didn't want food and drink. Not Jeremy because I don't know what his problem is.
Right.
But there's a guy that sleeps on the side of the road on West Bay Street right before you get Arawaki on the right hand side. In the same place every day. There's one that sleeps right there on front of the road by the 6-leg roundabout. He's there every day. There's one across the road from Esso by Kill Bombers. He's a talented one. Let me tell you how talented this man is. You know the little shack across the road, the little yellow shack, where they sell the cup.
Yeah.
When you go past that again, look, there's a little V, a little thing where the roof come off with a little lip. He's sleeping up there one night. One day, one morning.
I will laugh, right? That's the reference for saying how talented he is?
Yeah, because how you sleep up there, bro? On the way to the barbershop one Friday morning. And for some reason, there's a little traffic right there, for whatever reason, by the light. And I look up.
Where's this?
Hey, that's a human. Right there before the little blast where the other barber is, and before the 7-Day Venice convenience store downstairs, the little Pobo Shine place.
On Shirley Street?
No, right across the road from Cable Bombers. Right where the boys sell peanuts and Gatorade in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Right after you pass where the SB is a little shack right on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Right. So the space in between the space but so big.
Where the roof is.
Where the roof is, with a little lip. He was sleeping in that space. A whole human being?
My thing is that I don't know if that counts as a talent.
Well, that's a talent. Right. You know why you gotta be sleeping all like that? That's a lot, boy. But I just say that to say I don't think that they are the ones.
I don't want to take it. Ain't nobody's going to the bottom of it.
No, ain't nobody going to.
So you saying it's the functional ones that's the problem?
Yeah.
Okay, I buy that. I still do say that there's not been a campaign of no sort to go after them.
Yeah. But who you going after though?
Let's clean the streets up, man.
You clean the streets with who? With the vagrants?
Yeah, even them. Yeah.
So where you go put the vagrants?
I don't know. That's why I never run for politics. I don't want to be.
You know,
I don't.
You can't hold them against their will, right?
No, you can't. Silence can't hold them. You can't pick them up and gather them silently. No, it don't work like that.
I know.
You gotta get. If I'm not mistaken, the court gotta charge you or DM you. The court gotta send you there. So even if, quote unquote, you had some spars out session. And you get locked up, and God forbid, your significant other say, man, this man crazy, I tired. You all lock him up. When you go to court, if you go to court and you snap out or whatever it is, and you normal, judge say, man, come out of my face. They can't, you understand, you have to be crazy, and they have to send you. So if they don't DM you crazy or unfit to be on the streets, they ain't send you. So it's a slippery slope. You just can't put everybody in the bus like the parents and drive them and put them to Sunderland. It don't work that way.
Anyway, all right. Let's. All right. That was what has bothered me. The way I know.
So yeah, but this thing, but I didn't get all the details. But Norman Ski.
I watched the director of labor talk about it. I don't know what the details are.
I like that. Details.
He said waste of the waste.
That's powerful.
I was like, wow. I mean,
they say that the working conditions on there is horrible.
Yeah, the employees and the employers not treating the employees right. But for him to say worse of the worst, that means it's more than what he didn't talk about. Because what he said there was bad, but he used the term that he's been around. This
he was the worst.
This is a foreign development, or
yeah, I didn't need foreign entities that run on now.
Anva, you're trying to cause problems. We already had a challenge before the show started, and Anva made this kind of comment. You're trying to cause contention.
But listen, if anybody tell you within the last 48 hours they appreciate you, listen to me, buddy. I appreciate you. I was in this chair last week. I didn't feel comfortable. I am in this chair now. I still don't feel comfortable. I told him I do not like to be in the north. I prefer to be in the south. This is not my chair, but I was overruled last week with all kind of heavy manners. If looks could have killed,
you know what?
I'd have been dead.
Realizes you to my right today, you know.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks for the back break.
So
you was in focus last week?
No, he was in focus. Of course, he was in focus last week. He was not.
That's right. Tito wasn't in the game last week.
Yeah, he was distracted.
Tito missed 2 straight. They can't like the Valley Boys.
You finish?
He missed 2 straight.
Last week he been in his son's graduation. This week he going to watch his son play basketball.
And you know what? I feel for him because you can't go to the 2 son graduation and then the States. And then don't go to
and then if they lose today, you know more game tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's eliminating game. So let him go, man. Let him go. The radio station can be here next week.
Marisha has a comment to your comment just a while ago, Carlo.
Why? Heavy manners. Really, Carlo? I wasn't there. Listen, last week was a different week, but that was crazy.
It's a lot of pressure. It was a lot going on last week. Last week was just a lot of confusion.
I was scared last week.
In honor of Rodney Marcus, mass confusion everywhere.
I was scared. Last week I was scared. I thought I wanted the chair to swallow me.
I had to say, my brother, I hear the frustration in your voice. I'm with you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Assalamu alaikum, man.
Y'all got some things on your chest, man.
Boy.
I believe y'all should get it off your chest.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You don't want that. Not on this show. But back to the Norman Ski thing.
I like Tyson, bro.
I hope they sort it out. I really hope they sort it out. He said he going on there 2 or 3 times a month. He'll be stick to that. They'll be fixed whatever it is that's going on. Because I don't feel like no entity, local or international around entity, should mistreat Bahamians. Should mistreat anybody. And we have so much of that going on underneath the mat that you don't know about. And people got to go to work and work in them conditions.
I think you should treat everybody fair. You should treat Bahamians, you should treat Bahamians better.
Yeah.
It's our country. Everybody should be fair.
Yeah.
And then for us, Bahamians, we should be treated better.
I don't understand.
Special. We should be treated special.
Absolutely. We should get better treatment.
Like, you got to get with that mindset that foreign is right. Like, you got to get with that.
Is there now? Let's this may transition into something else. I sit in some rooms, some meetings, on some committees, things of that nature, and I battle sometimes with this idea, and it is a delicate balance. Sean, let's be realistic. Sean is an investor. Sean, let's make Sean Bahamian. Sean is Bahamian who doing a project and he's spending $100,000. Carlo is a foreigner who's spending $20 million. Should they be treated equally? Let's be realistic now.
Surfacely, respectfully,
realistically.
Listen, based on what part of it? You mean based on what?
Everything.
In
concessions, how we handle them, who we get to see in a meeting. When he comes for a meeting, who does Kenyatta meet with? Who does Carlo meet with? Yeah, Kenyatta is a Bahamian spending $100,000 in this project. Carlo's a foreigner spending $20 million. You know what? Let's make Carlo white and all. But Carlo is a foreigner. Carlo's a white foreigner.
You switching my narrative. I never said I said let's get away from the fact that they think foreign is right.
I got
Right,
you, but I
these
ain't
two-
switching though.
that's two different things,
I
though.
ain't switching though, because
That's two
I tell
different
you
things.
what I believe sometimes lends to the preferential treatment. So now I want to ask you.
But
I
that
want to
don't-
ask you:
you don't
is-
even-
should
you
we
don't-
handle?
Hold on.
Should we handle Mr. Because
Hold on.
this Kenyatta is
Denczil.
Mr. Ramsey.
Denczil.
Mr. Ramsey. You are
Denczil.
RAMSAY.
You don't even have
Ramsey
to go that
spending
far.
$20 million.
you go too far.
Okay, where to go?
You go too far. If a behemoth spending $1 million and a behemoth spending 100,000, the behemoth who's spending $1 million can get you better anyway.
Should he?
He shouldn't get
I
treated.
answered the question.
All right.
Should.
Let me make sure I phrase this right.
I want to hear you phrase it right, please.
He should not get treated better.
No?
No, when I say better, I mean I should still come in and have manners and respect his position.
Should he not get the regular coffee and you get the flavored coffee?
No.
What?
We talking about treatment, or we talking about
That's what you're trying-
concessions
But
being
right,
made
so that's
available?
what I mean.
I put all that together.
No, you can't put it all
We
together.
can't put all that together because
No, man, because my hundred.
if I know how to treat people, I know how to if I know how to treat if I'm a
If
person
you
that,
walk in as a $100,000 investor, you may get to see director. You may get to see supervisor. Carlo walk in as a $20 million client. Should he not get to see minister?
But that doesn't mean that I treating you differently.
Yes, many people like this.
no,
It's-
Denczil. That's like
So
That's like
hold
you-
on.
that's
What
like
you
you
saying
get-
no
that's
to?
like
You
you
saying
getting-
no?
listen.
You saying no? He shouldn't get to see the minister
No, listen. That's like
because
me.
you want to see the minister too.
That's like me walking into the bank for $500,000 loan. I'm fully qualified.
Yeah.
The manager or the loan officer is able to approve that without the manager's signature. Just the top loan officer. And so I don't need to see the manager. And then when Carlo walks in there, and he comes to get a $20 million loan, which he is qualified for. Everybody coming to see Carlo, even the people from corporate office.
Pause. But you asked to see the big boss,
She should.
and
but
he
you-
asked to see the big boss.
Oh, but you didn't say that. If I ask to see the big boss, they may come and see me, and then they may say, "Who is this? That is someone taking the $500." Oh no, you can see him. I need to see him.
So is it unfair?
No.
Is that unfair
No,
treatment?
that's not
no,
unfair.
that's not unfair treatment.
You sure?
That's balance.
You
That's-
sure Joe
that's-
Public don't? But
That's
do you
classism.
do
That's
you-
more classism.
That's
than-
unfair. Maybe people don't like classism.
Well, that's like that is the banking institution in Kill Beach. I'm not calling name, but there's a couple in Kill Beach. But one has preferred parking
Yeah.
for certain people.
Yeah.
And when you walk into that
Some
institution,
clients at the bank are called VIP
Y'all,
clients.
y'all saying this
and when
right?
you walk
but
in the
do
institution, you can make a left.
Do
you have to do the line.
Do you believe that Joe Public accepts that as being acceptable?
Yes.
No.
Only when it in them.
Because Joe Public believes.
Because when Joe Public could skip a line or could get a little extra leg from the place where they sell the snacks.
Right.
When you order, you get the little pretty girl look at you, blink your eye, you get a little piece of actually.
Yeah, you get six rather than 5 piece. You get 6 piece.
Yeah, that's all right. You are right with that.
Right.
That don't make it fair because she is I ain't do and she ain't give me nothing special.
For example, I'll walk into Dunkin' Donuts for my coffee.
Oh, watch this
regular
guy.
coffee, right? And I'll meet 5 people there in front of me.
Right.
Sometimes when I get there, I to the back of the line, and before the person to the front of the line gets served, gentleman behind the counter say, "Hey, black, right? It's you." Now, I don't think he's treating me better.
He is treating you better.
Hold on, listen.
You can't fix that. You getting
Listen.
better treatment.
Everybody.
You getting preferred customer treatment?
And there they normally treat everybody that walks in the door fairly.
They don't
Now,
jump the line.
because I did not jump the line.
yeah,
I did
man.
not jump the line.
Denczil, don't do that.
Well, he
Don't do
jump you the line then.
Denczil.
Big.
Did he jump you the line?
I see, because now it's a couple of reasons why I go there almost every day, and they know. I don't even have to ask what I don't even have to give them my order. They know what I want, and I usually give a little tip. And so when I walk in there, hey, just a simple order. It ain't like I trying to get donuts or all kinds of
Okay.
things. If
All
I
right.
was
Let's
getting all that, maybe
go
they
here.
wouldn't do
Let's
that.
go here. You get. I can give you the same size property. You get 10 acres.
I have
You-
10 acres. What you saying?
You get 10
I
acres.
see you say you give him the same size property.
Same size.
That
You
he
got
have
10
now.
acres. Yeah. No. 2, y'all have 10 acres. You put in a house there because you get it from your granddad. You put in a house there for your family, a big thing, you farm whatever. He taking his 10 acres, he putting a hotel there. They tell you for your 10 acres, you have to maintain an offset of 30 feet from the sides for you to do your thing. Right. He putting a hotel on his 10 acres that can hire 300 behemoths, whatever the case is. And they say you could use the 10 for the offset.
That's a concession. You
build
no hotel, Joe? He build no hotel. I build no hotel.
You build a house. You build a hotel.
I build a house. Yeah. See, the reason why
is that fair?
Yes.
Yes, it's fair.
Is that acceptable?
Yes.
What? But you want to build up to your boundary too? Why you can't build up to your boundary?
Because my neighbor who build next door to me may have a major problem with that.
His neighbor made a more major problem
they
than
ain't
you.
no problem with
No, they have a problem with that. Because his neighbor getting the same concession.
His neighbor didn't pick it. I ain't want it there.
I got his son.
Hold on, I asking you. His neighbor didn't pick it. I don't want it there. Mm-hmm. But we still give it to him.
Yeah, because I pump it into the society. I hire people.
No,
I do it. I give them back.
The hotel encouragement.
No, we ain't there yet. We talking about treatment. So y'all then. I just want to make sure if my brethren. I ain't say my position. I just want to make sure we talk about this.
You know that you lie.
Do we agree?
You don't never say a position. You don't never say a position.
I want to stop the conversation.
What's this? If I walk in his house, right? Me and him being friends.
Talking to the mic.
Me and him being friends for umpteen years. If I walk in his house, I am able to go to his fridge and get a glass of water.
Absolutely.
Without asking.
I can do the same thing though.
You could do it, but I can tell you one thing. They can talk about you when you leave.
That's powerful.
You don't have the same privilege I have, and you were his friend.
So also? you have equity in a friendship.
Yes.
You have a friendship of equity. Little more equity than mine.
No, a lot more equity than
that. Sorry. Okay. Oh my goodness. A lot more equity than mine. But I understand.
But I
understand that.
Dwayne is saying online, the treatment is not better or worse. The treatment is commiserate.
Spell that word, Dwayne.
The spelling right there, bro.
Right there,
can tell you the meaning. You want to know the meaning. Dwayne, and he will know the meaning.
Dwayne, listen. This barbershop talk. We don't use some words in here, right?
Let me try. Dwayne, I gotta go to the dictionary. Let me find that word mean. So I get explain what commiserate means.
And use IT man. Use IT man or English man.
If I'm mistaken, almost like okay, you get this because of this particular reason. You get this because of that particular reason.
Thanks for your explanation.
Yes, I may be wrong, but that's how it's phrased.
To feel or express sympathy.
What?
You want to say commensurate or commiserate? I think you meant commensurate.
Yeah, that's the wrong word, Dwayne. Good try though.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking about Dwayne Roll. That's another Dwayne.
It ain't Dwayne Roll. Did you mean commiserate or commensurate?
Dying don't need to see a husband. That's a different Dwayne.
And don't you see a teacher?
She is.
Powerful. This is beyond me.
She don't do English.
But I raised this because when we talk about it in this instance, it almost feels like a duh, of course. Mm-hmm. But in real life, we is fighting row.
Yeah, but we
is row. Yeah. But what I'm saying here to sound so, and y'all making it so basic. Come on, that's what you're saying. This, of course.
Yes.
But in real life, we is row, and we want to vote you out for that.
There's certain customers, if I close.
Yes, we
there's certain customers, if I close, they call me and they say they need a quick. I open for them, and there's some who call. If they call me, I ain't answering. But I mean,
why you don't answer Carlo?
I don't appreciate my customers.
Why you don't answer Carlo though?
Roll out again.
Huh? You don't answer Carlo?
Are you trying to
Carlos them said who I answered.
Why you don't answer
If I
Carlo?
close. Now if I open, you get.
But Carlo is your friend though, so he should be able to come to you.
Yeah. But once again, my equity in this friendship ain't as valued as yours.
He got to build up his equity.
Low.
Yeah. We working on that though. We getting to that point. But here's the thing. We have to use common sense for common sense is, right? I mean, I guess common sense ain't common.
So you were saying that to give favors, allowances, concessions.
Favors is a stretch.
It's favors.
No, man.
You see, y'all want
favors is a stretch.
With your chest,
favors and concessions is the same thing.
And then when we define them, y'all get scared. It's favors.
It ain't favors.
Yes, it is.
Favor ain't fair.
Y'all scared to use it as favor.
But where's your stance? Because you like talk about our stance.
What do we say?
Julian Whitfield, a former.
Money is the root of all. No, sir. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of money.
That's what the book says.
Not money. Because I can need some.
The rich do get treated better.
The rich do get treated better than the poor. We see it everywhere, hospital, banks, and in the hotel. But based on what these two brethren just espoused, that means that it is not unfair. It is just sensible. It's common sense.
The poor get poor service, the rich get VIP service, and it's just it is what it is. It's not nature of life. I don't believe the poor get poor service. I see like we see. So what we doing now is we taking this and we flipping this different. We looking at this under too much of a microscope, right? That's what I mean by that. When I was an avid coffee drinker, I used to buy coffee from them. I used to drink coffee. I used to make my own coffee, right? But when I used to go to them people every morning for coffee,
right?
Everybody that work in a store know my name.
Sure.
Right? They spending $3, $4 for coffee every morning. I ain't rich. I ain't poor. But their customer service and their relationship with their client base allows them to act that way. They act that way with anybody who comes in there on a consistent basis. Sean just attested that. When he goes
Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Taylor just attested that when he goes in certain places on a consistent basis, familiarity breeds comfort. Right?
That's how it goes, but I understand what you said, yeah.
When a poor place, you know what I mean, when a poor person go to the hospital, right? Let's say PMH. If a poor person go to the hospital, they can't get sick.
No, if a poor person go to doctors, they can't get sick.
They can't get sick because they can't afford it, not because the hospital don't treat them. There's a difference. That's a private entity versus a public entity.
And I agree.
Rich people, if they don't walk in the PMH, professing their wealth,
They can be in against corner like everybody else.
they get treated the same way.
I agree.
So at the end, it ain't like, oh, when you poor, people treat you a particular way. You get treated the way that you get based
People
on where you going, based on what it is. That's how you get
are
treated.
who they are. So
Yeah,
if
but
some
you
people,
can't use projects and investments.
But we do.
This is what he's saying. See, that's what you said.
no, this is too
And
general.
that's
What
this
Whitfield is saying.
Julian Whitfield place is saying. I just totally disagree with that.
The ball gets
You know
port
what
service
it
and the
is?
rich gets.
I don't know what it is. It's Bambi.
It's
Bambi.
yeah.
I disagree with that. When you go to Kentucky treat you any different. They don't know if you have $100,000 in your bank account
That is correct.
or $10 in your bank account.
If you want a $20
All they
special,
know
where
is you come
rich
to
or poor,
buy.
once you can pay that
your
$20,
Kentucky.
you get that Kentucky.
I've been impressed. Let me just say this part. I've been impressed with the treatment of persons in Kentucky with vagrants and guys who come on Canada bar. I've actually been very impressed. Couple that I've been in there, I'd be like, these girls doing all right because you can look at them and say they want to cuss this person out, but they treat them just like everybody else.
And that's my thing. So you can't say poor get treated. When you're talking about projects and investments, which is a clear indication of there has to be some concessions and favors. Because if you pumping in 20 times as much as me, certain things you're going to be allowed to bring in that I ain't allowed to bring in, or certain things. And it should be all scale.
I want to encourage you to spend that $20 million plus.
It should be all scale. It should be all
So
scale.
there's some things I'm going to,
So if
allow.
if I build
So according to Mr. Ramsey and Mr. Taylor, y'all are telling me that it is okay to give preferential treatment.
it's not preferential treatment.
It's not
That's preferential. Why y'all scared of words? Why y'all trying to run from these words? That's what it is.
It's because
You know what?
your $100,000 can hire 3 people.
You know what?
So
All right.
$20 million
all right. You know what?
can
Okay.
hire
All right.
50 people.
So
You know what?
he
Here you
gets
go.
preferential
So he-
treatment.
There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
Yes, he does.
There you
Stop running
go.
from it.
All right, there you
y'all,
go.
y'all being typical behemoths,
There you go.
scared to say these words.
So, yes.
They get favors.
He gets
get
favors.
preferential treatment.
He get
They
favors.
get concessions. And then we say because they white.
No, I didn't
he
say
had
that.
nothing to
That's
do with
what
that.
we say.
You have to do
But
what?
it's because of the level of their investment.
Right. So based on your level of investment, I believe you should be awarded some concession.
I'm
Right?
just to correct. Dwayne Rhodes said that he used voice note and they corrected to be commiserate. He was saying commensurate.
They talk about it. That's his problem. But that's fine.
Yeah. So we agree.
I agree. Based on your level of based on your level of investment in the country, certain things should be allowed to. Not detrimental to the Bahamian public, though. Right? That's my disclaimer.
Yeah.
But that doesn't go back to what I originally said. When you are in the workplace and the workforce, foreign isn't always right when it comes to the way that they treat the Bahamian people. That was this argument. This is where we started from.
Now that we get back there, the problem is we still need to be deprogrammed because there's still a colonial mentality in many of us that still sees persons from foreign places is better and definitely have a lighter hue. They're smarter. They're better. They have the advantage.
I don't see that.
I
think they're nice and disgusting.
We have a self-hate problem that
Some of them,
we
not
won't
all.
say that it is, but it's still loud. It is still
I
loud
have
that
worked.
we
I
don't-
have worked in companies that had fair and just expats. Can I work in some companies? There are some disgusting ones that believe that Bahamians ain't supposed to have nothing, and you ain't supposed to dress this way, and you ain't supposed to live this place, and you supposed to sit down and wait for me to tell you what to bark. So I had both experiences.
I was a part of the, and I'll say this now, it's been years now since it's been done. I was a part of the Airport Gateway Project. And so there was this press conference. And the government personnel came, and they were saying how we have benefited from the money and from the expertise who have helped to train Bahamians in putting together this road project, whatever the case is. And I started to raise my hand, and they tell me stop, whatever the case is. I said, there ain't been no expertise here because they're from China. That means they're smarter than us. The design that they brought from there, we had to fix it. And in a lot of cases, that's what happens when we get these things from other countries. But just the whole idea that it's an American and a Bahamian firm, or it's a Chinese and Bahamian, or Italian and Bahamian, the idea is that we're getting expertise because we're slow. They training us. And I think it goes to a underlying self-hate that we have. We don't love ourselves. And it's crazy.
I don't want to say we don't love ourselves. What it is similar to what you said, right? It's your own people who in these positions, who is clouded by the fact that this foreign entity knows more.
That's what I'm saying.
So
it's an underlying, when I say we, not necessarily the worker, but it's like a culture. We need to break that.
So we don't believe, and then by doing that, you don't even give your own the benefit of doubt to see if they do know.
If somebody walking in now and there's somebody white in the booth with
you can't ask me that.
There's somebody white in the booth with Delton, and we show the camera in the booth, or he probably don't train him with Delton.
Not Delton training him.
No, Delton will never be training him. He probably in there. He probably bring a new program.
No, if I see a white fella in there with Delton, I know Delton training him because I know Delton.
What you say? Telling you that.
Delton gone.
Okay,
so we ain't see nobody in there now.
We ain't see nobody in there. Actually, if you're white and you listening, we need you right now. We had nobody in our studio.
But I think these things change with your mindset, right? As you mature professionally, let's say professionally.
You different, Carlo. You already said you're different because you came up.
That's why I say so. You have to.
The background you came up in, the house you grew up in, the grandparents you had. So your scenario is different.
But you
ain't typical. You atypical.
You still have to.
You atypical.
I agree, but you still have to adapt.
You really ain't qualified to speak to this.
Oh, come on, man.
You unqualified.
Payments ain't really racist people, you know. It ain't.
I didn't say we racist.
No,
I promise that we don't love self enough.
Right, and we don't believe. And the thing about it is, the people that believe, the people that has the opportunity to put us in positions to win, don't believe in us. Enough.
That's strong.
Who are these people?
Just it's a general statement that you have case in point. Let's use.
When you say, I want you to clarify, I put you in the position for you to win.
Yeah.
What you mean? How does someone put you in the position?
Give me the opportunity to answer.
Okay, because I need you to answer that because I need to know what someone putting you in the position for you to win means.
I can talk. Can I talk now?
Please talk.
You've been talking all afternoon. I just asked you to explain something.
Let me know when you want me to start. This show.
You may begin.
I may begin?
Yes.
Okay. I am a black Bahamian from Mason's Edition. I went to C.R. Walker. I graduated on honor roll. I went to discuss. I've been to any college. I taught college.
Yeah.
Graduated, top of my class. I come back to interview for a job after putting in 2 years of experience in the same state I graduated from college.
Mm-hmm.
A foreigner with the same qualification comes and interviews for the same job. Interviewers with a Bahamian at the top level.
Sure.
This Bahamian decides to hire a foreigner that he has to pay for room, board, room and board, car, this extra that, this extra this.
Probably schooling for the children.
Right? Stipend for the wife.
Mm-hmm.
All these things. So all together, that foreigner making $200,000.
Right.
You gotta pay your Bahamian person who just as qualified now, not underqualified, or even more qualified, $100,000
Can't beat that.
to do the same job and be successful. But he refused.
Right.
And that's what I mean when I say put you in a position to win. Win doesn't mean like take advantage. An opportunity, giving you the opportunity. The people that could give you opportunities is the ones that take it away from you. You know why? Because when he sit down and he interviewed that young Bahamian boy from Mason Edition, he coming for my job. He coming for my position. This foreigner got to go back home in 3-4 years.
So you're not saying though because you didn't get that position that you can't win though. You can't
So
still win.
This should be in Devil's Advocate.
Yeah, it's me being.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm not saying that you can't win, bro. I'm saying when people when there's time for people to empower. Let me not say win then. When you get empower your own and you refuse to, and you rather empower a foreigner, that's where the problem is.
We don't see helping you is helping me. We don't see that. We don't see as
Okay, I got
as
you.
if I'm
Good explanation.
I'm shaking your hand.
Good explanation.
Too disgusting,
I
man.
heard that as we talked about this before on the show. I heard this was said so many times of Celine and Finland, and I only heard these stories. Now I'm not saying other prime ministers might have done it, but I heard stories of how investors came with $1 million projects, multi-million-dollar projects, and Celine would tell them, "These are the people who can do certain jobs for you." That they would tell, no, you're going to hire this one to do your carpet. You're going to hire this one to do your roof. This
You
one to do
made
that.
sure you made millionaires among your
Right,
people. That's
right.
like the former thing about Turks and Caicos before he get in trouble with that.
The whole operation, yeah.
Yeah. So y'all hear about this thing, this key or that Disney bought that is going to be over by Paradise Island,
I ain't Disney.
like a Coco key or something
I
like
ain't
that.
Disney, eh?
Who is it?
I know it's Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
Royal Caribbean.
I know Royal Caribbean knows
Yeah,
something
but
over
they hire Beeman to be director over there.
Yeah.
That's in the paper.
What's
Okay,
your challenges?
No. There's some
That
Bahamian
ain't-
star.
that ain't new.
and
That
up-
they've been fighting.
up-
They've been
uproar.
fighting. They've
Yeah,
been fighting.
I think there's a Bahamian. I think there's a particular Bahamian guy who was saying that he has rights to that property as well, something like that.
And then he's saying that you're cutting off access to the beach and all that other stuff. So they've been getting over 2 years. But
It's already started.
The project got to be solved. They hiring people.
Yeah,
How y'all feel about that?
I don't feel no way, bro. I don't feel no way about anything that give people, jobs and treat it fairly. It ain't enough jobs in this country.
So
It ain't enough apartments. It ain't enough
So the
thing.
cruise line bringing the people here.
They got to be paying the government. The government got to be getting paid something.
And they well they can't own the key. They probably leasing the key.
Sure.
Yeah, the government got to be paid something.
So they can't.
How
They
much
can't.
money?
they-
What are that? What are that?
Plenty.
We ain't plenty that, bro. We need as much money as we can get.
Plenty.
But the
I mean,
only
and they do hire. When I went to, I finally got the Coco Key.
pay me, you must work over there.
A lot of Bahamians over there. A lot of Natsuans over there.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they was not living in Nassau. I
Because
still see them
they
regular.
go in and they go and they stay
Yeah.
Berry Islands and then
Yeah,
boom, 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 boom.
I've been wanting to go there for the longest. I finally got there
Yeah, been
2-3
Coco
weeks
Key.
ago. It's very nice, man. I was very pleased with what I saw. I do wish there was they have the vendors, Bahamian vendors, with different crafts and stuff like that, and they were doing. And I was intentional to spend a couple $100 with the Bahamian vendors. I like doing them, and I see Bahamians, but I think there could be some more. I wish there was a way that the government could,
implement more
force them to implement more Bahamian,
more
authentic stuff. You know?
What about the how is it set up in terms of
It's like a big water park.
yeah, right. The water park itself is owned by
Yes.
the cruise line.
Yeah. What someone told me is that they streamline the food because it is their experience. Any food poisoning, any lack of food control, then they are liable. They can be sued, whatever the case is, as Royal Caribbean. That's what somebody told me. I asked somebody from the boat, like, why? I asked somebody on the key itself, why I can't find somebody to buy me some crack conch, why I can't buy me some, some steamed snapper or some grilled fish, whatever.
Yeah,
the case
because
is.
these foreign entities, especially some of these tourists, they target these entities for concessions, for lawsuits, for all kinds of different reasons, and so they have to protect themselves.
That's one thing I heard. They're like they know their food control standards of what they do. So, I don't.
That's
I
actually
don't-
a business, right?
I don't like it. I don't like it, but I understand why they're saying what they're doing.
But I mean,
So
my whole thing is if we go back to the whole foreign investor type thing, right? The government have enough to afford to do it to ensure.
Say it again.
No, I can't say it again.
Please don't ask him to say it no more. No, I'm good. I know what you mean, bro.
Right.
Don't say it no more.
I ain't saying no more.
No.
To ensure that the Bahamians' best interest is front of mind.
Yeah.
Not just get blinded by the fact that, Denczil International, you have hotels in Dubai, Jamaica, and Cayman. Now you want to come here, so let's give him everything.
Bahamians, I like what you said there. Our government, the persons who we put in charge to run this country, I think we need to understand. We need to understand the value we have as this Bahamas.
Right.
The reason why foreign investors come here, flock here, is because they see opportunities. Opportunities for what? Opportunities to make money. Foreign investors are not going to flock to invest in any island or in any country if they feel that they're not going to be able to maximize their earning potential on their investment. And sometimes we allow these foreign investment because they come in to invest millions of dollars. We tend to allow them to call make the calls.
Mm-hmm.
We must understand that we are a gold mine. This is paradise, bro. I remember going into Club Med, I think it was 3 weeks ago. And the amount of tourists that flock San Salvador from Europe and Canada. And speaking with them, you know what they say? The Bahamas is a gold mine. They have yet to have this tropical island paradise experience. They've yet to experience that anywhere else other than it's different the way they experience it in the Bahamas. And so the foreign investors understand that. So when they build these conglomerate, these multi-million dollars investments, they know these people are going to come because the people want to come to paradise. So when you come here, you can't muscle me. You can't muscle me. You come in here because you see the earning potential. And so the government of the Bahamas got to understand that these persons, when they come here, as much as you want their business, you got to make sure you don't settle for that. You don't allow them to give your people chicken feed. You understand?
I agree.
Because they are here because the Bahamas is a valuable destination. The Bahamas is a sought after destination. We got people all in Baintown. They don't care. They ain't care that they sleeping in Baintown. These Airbnbs. They just want to come to the Bahamas.
That's a different topic.
They just want to come to the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? The experience these tourists have when they come here, they have yet to experience anywhere else. We are some of the kindest, welcoming people in the world. You travel?
I agree. I totally
But
agree.
Bahamians are so kind. Bahamians are so welcoming. Bahamians are so warm-hearted to foreigners. Yes, we have a few bad apples, but that's anywhere.
Yeah, that's everywhere.
The Bahamas is a valuable, beautiful destination, and persons want to come here. And so our leaders got to understand when these foreign investors come here. Hey, you come in here because you understand what's here, and this is what we're willing to give, and this is what we expect, and you don't bend from that. You don't bend from that. How many people you see could take up the hotel and carry it?
Oh, nobody.
And if they go, guess what? Somebody else can
buy the hotel.
buy the hotel.
Let's
You
go
know
back-
why?
let's go back.
Because they see the value in this destination. They see the value in the Bahamas. They see the value in paradise. This is paradise, bro.
I agree. I totally agree with you, and that's why I say we're gonna, as long as we exist as a country, we're gonna have foreign investors. The goal of, in my opinion, of the Bahamian government, whoever it may be at whatever time, is to make sure that these foreign investors come with a solid plan, and it is beneficial to the Bahamian people, and it's just not beneficial to a handful of Bahamian people. Go back to the first comment. Before me, Julian Royal said, I think it's a black crab mentality. I don't think it's more about the foreigner being favored. I think is we want what's best for you, as long as it ain't better than us. I agree. Once you could do good, but once you ain't doing better than me, are you all right with that? I believe that.
Julie, that is so powerful.
Go back to the next thing. A great deal of foreign investment is due to the fact that the tax in the Bahamas is not as served as other countries like the U.S. and Canada. The money spent here is not taxed the way that it is in their other countries. I agree, and we all know that. But
and it's that way to encourage investment because
I know I wouldn't say that.
I'm just telling you, it's that way because they want to encourage more foreign investment because tourism is our number one industry. And I think they need to revisit the taxing structure as it relates to foreign investment because I think it's time that we can drive it up a bit because they ain't going nowhere. They come in.
Who be taxing again?
Hmm?
Who be taxing?
Who we taxing?
You say who you say? Well, who you taxing? I trying to figure out.
Well, everybody get that. The foreign investors need to be taxed a little bit more though. But you know how it is. You know we until we understand the value that this country has, we'll always feel like we are bending to.
I don't think nobody discredits the value that the country has. I just think at some point in time, the people that sit in the rooms, in some instances, has the wrong thought process. And I can't speak to it because I never
Don't let nobody muscle you. You can't let nobody muscle you in your country.
I don't think they muscling them. The interest is different. So the interest has to be generic. It has to be true to the Bahamian society and true to the Bahamian people. And then everybody got to be on the same page. At some point, the interest is the Bahamian society loses the interest. The interest is only for the people who are in the room. And that's where we go wrong.
Yeah.
In some cases. Once again, this is just me speculating because I never sit at no table. I never sit in the room. So I don't know. But I just saying it's just amazing that we just need to always remember that this is our home. Right? Them people got to go back home eventually. We got to put us first. And if we don't put us first, we'll always be second in our one nation.
We got to deliver too, though.
Huh?
We got to deliver too, though.
That's another thing.
We got to deliver.
I agree.
I got it.
Oh, thank you.
No problem, bro.
Send it to me.
Send it right now.
I appreciate you.
I got you, man.
Me got someone live radio. Denczil Roll, I know his middle name. Sean probably know it. Denczil Roll is a true person. Yeah, he honest. He come through a little late. But bad late than never.
Wow.
See, ain't going back today. I said, I don't believe
I was working, though.
my good friend that do me like this.
Was it not working?
He was working.
Thank you very much.
And I almost sorry for getting up and leaving this show. But this is very important. This is me giving you pardon.
Anytime.
Because next week you try to leave, ready talking about your girl somewhere else, say that more than she.
But now that I'm doing it for you, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We.
That's the same. That's what we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
As long as it benefited me, it's good.
Yeah, that's what we were just saying. Once, say, just a matter of fact, I believe that, I believe that, I had this conversation before, right? I believe that people don't mind seeing you do good once you don't be doing better than them.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
But I had this conversation before with somebody. It's amazing how, on the surface, because you don't know, you can't speak to somebody's pocket, right? Unless you was a politician and you have to declare everything, and even then you might fib. But it's amazing how people that appears to be in better financial positions has jealousy for those that aren't.
Mm.
You'll walk into a room and you will light a room up,
Right.
Denczil.
Right.
And you will everybody in the room.
Right.
Hey, Denczil, hey, Denczil, hey, Denczil. And you worry the clothes on your back.
Right.
I walk in the room, I weigh a couple million,
Yeah.
two or three people, hey, Carlo, hey, Carlo. So what's so special but him? I got all the money. Me, I rich.
Yep.
So why all leaning more towards him? So based on his favor and his character and the person that he is, you mad at him because people garner towards him
Yeah.
more than you?
Yeah, because your character broke.
That's amazing,
You money rich, but character broke.
But when I realized that, and when I had a conversation, I was so baffled by that. I couldn't believe it for the life of me.
Yeah.
Why would somebody that has appears to have more than somebody, like, I don't want to say hate, but like have some.
You can't buy that. You can't buy that. You that day is there's nothing you could pay for shelf for that.
That's amazing though.
You can't buy it. You can't pay for it. Anyway, that's that element that, you know, I think that's the element of a true influencer and a leader. And that's what we need to have in leaders. And I think our politicians need to remember that. That's that ability to influence the room. That it don't matter the money you have, you can influence. All right, let's go on to something. I mean, because Sean has really been very, very consumed this whole show.
He probably
Very busy, probably.
working on this album.
Yeah. But anyway.
Tell to know Mr. Opportunity. Crack a joke. Don't look at me and laugh, buddy.
I just got, Sean, once you finish, somebody sent a message that I think you'd be interested in. The person sent a message to me privately and says, I know the family of Jeremy, so if you see him anywhere, you know where he is, and something needs to happen, just let me know and I can connect with them. Sean, I was talking to you.
Yeah, I think I got the same message.
Okay. Well, you could at least acknowledge that you got the
It's
message,
powerful.
rather than looking down as though I'm not talking.
Yeah.
Like, talk on it, man.
This show just, I don't understand.
I don't think I have to say this, but
I'm talking to my son right now. So.
I miss Tito.
That's amazing. That's
That's amazing.
powerful.
I never
Never thought you'd
this
say
word
that. Sorry, I said the N word. This fella say he miss Tito. your son, you know, is show timing. She's different.
He's traveling. He's leaving to come home, so I gotta send him.
You traveling today?
To now?
No, tomorrow.
Oh, you got a couple minutes, you almost finished. I see Denczil just hang up on his own daughter. All cool, you know, babe.
Wow, you had to tell the country I have on my daughter.
I mean, not just hang up on her. You tell you call her back because the show is starting. Sorry, now if we hear me. I didn't hang up on you. He tell you to call you back after the show. I was trying to put some, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, I got it.
I said this,
but
you know.
Die a little petty, so I don't know. If I heard that is now, die in problems now.
Oh, gee. Nice, sorry. He's talking about how excited he is for you.
You can't fix it, Calvin.
We talked about you after you hang up. He is very excited for you.
Absolutely.
There you
All
go.
right. Freeport.
Sure, I want to talk about that.
Freeport. Now, how often do either of you, Sean, you don't go to Freeport much? I don't remember hearing you talk about going to Freeport.
Freeport is not my favorite.
I like
none of my
Freeport.
favorite.
I don't understand why though. I like Freeport.
How often do you go to Freeport?
I not as often as I like.
How often have you been in the last 5 years?
I've been in the last 5 years?
Yeah.
Oh, good much.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Listen, I go to Freeport. I have to go to Freeport. I have to at least twice a year, but I typically go on average about 5 to 6 times in the last
Well, let me
5
know when
years.
you're going again.
All right, I will.
You going like through the week?
Yeah.
Like church?
Yeah. I had to go work as well. I had a
I
project
thought
over
this
there too.
can't. I thought this can't just hang out.
No,
Can't
I don't
just-
just go hang out. No. I mean, I am considering doing that coming up. But whenever I go, brethren, I carry the money I can need for whatever I can do, everything I can need, and I then go to the ATM and I withdraw about $300 to $400. I get it broken up into 20s and 50s, and that's just to bless people because it hurts my heart when I go to Freeport. For like the last, I don't know, I've been in this office again now for 7 years, going on 8 years, so probably for the last 10 or so years. And whenever I go over there, I carry a minimum of, I think the least I've carried is $300. That's really just the tips persons, to tip the bellman, to pass by the straw market and just give the woman something, just to do stuff because it breaks your heart.
You saying at different places. The place I stay in get no bellman. I had to my own body. So I don't know where you staying. I don't know where you staying if people want to get bellman. I don't know.
I mean, that went so quickly. That went so quickly. But I
understand.
boy, it is the place I stay to, beautiful, very to look at, Lighthouse Point. I prefer Lighthouse Point. I stay there.
I never stay. They get bellman.
I stay, yeah, man.
Oh, I stay by PB.
Pelican Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't gonna bellman.
No.
But you pay the same day I pay, and I just go next door. I just be right next door. Stop it. So I go Pelican Bay every once in a while.
corporate rate.
But I like it's still on the same thing. Stop it. So where I go over there, and you see that pool deck, that nice pool, nice layout, and to go out there, sometimes there are 10 guests out there,
If that.
if that out there. Man, that thing do something to me. So everybody I see, the fellas who cleaning the pool, the persons who serving in the little Because when I do that, I usually get all inclusive. I do that so I could just stay in. I like the gym. We got a nice gym over at my side.
I don't gym on. I don't gym now, so you don't go on vacation to gym. Tough bullshit.
No, man, I go.
But
So
it's disheartening.
It is disheartening, bro.
Because they walked on the port one day. It's like, it's open, no. It's open, no. Like every other store, like every third store open, and they open for like 3 hours, 4 hours.
Bro.
And what is get me, right? What is get me is like, why ain't more people?
Sean, you just don't want to just call them so you can stop it this one time?
In involved.
You don't just call them so you can just like do that and then get back to the show?
No, I trying to send them some money. I'm trying to send them.
You want me to send it to him? I can send it there. You can send it to me first.
Yeah. So when I've seen it, and then I went over there the week. Dorian.
Oh boy, this ain't
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was there by Wednesday. Wednesday we chartered the flight. We going over there. That's another level of devastation now. It was really bad.
I ain't see it.
Yeah, but I was there, like 3 days after. So we chartered a flight over. Because we have churches over there. So I needed to go there, see the people and see the churches. We have a church over there that can hold about right close to 1,000, a little more than 1,000.
It's a big church.
Yeah, and as big as the church was, the pews, they have huge pews. The pews probably from this wall past that outside wall. And
A lot of people say pew.
hold on. And all the pews were on the pulpit.
What's on over there?
On the pulpit. All
What?
the pews. All. So I said, man, why y'all left all these pews over here?
Left.
They said, no.
They ain't left them
They
there.
said, Dorian put these here. They had about 12 foot of water inside the church.
Wow.
And you could see the watermark way up in,
on the wall.
yeah.
That's powerful.
And my thing is like, when I only say that to say so we can remember what them people have gone through in that place. But
They've been through plenty.
they've been through a
They've
lot.
been through plenty. They've
So-
been through plenty.
so-
They've been through plenty.
So I say all that to build this case. And when I hear people being cynical towards this project, that is bothering me. I like,
So I mean,
boy, I
So-
understand
so-
the politics, right? But
but
hear
I
people
think
who
they
like,
being- I just think that,
oh, they just faking this and that. I'm
Right,
like, boy, don't
but-
say. Why would you say that though?
because of the track record. Because of the track record.
Who has gotten this far
I
to Heads Agreement?
I know I was signed before like 2-3 years. No, it's just a couple of years
Not
ago.
for Lugaya. For Lugaya, does it?
Yeah, if I'm mistaken, I think it was signed before.
I'll let my producer to check that to confirm that.
Because
if anybody know.
Somebody posted. I mean,
It was announced. I heard some things were announced. But we have somebody. They shortlisted. We didn't get the person, but I don't ever remember.
But I
getting
thought
to
I even thought they
assign it,
collected. They said quote unquote collected. Don't quote me.
right.
But I almost thought that it was at this point before, right? So I think everybody's cynicalism comes from the fact that been there, done that. Show me different, right? So you might have some people thinking glass half empty, and you have some people glass half full, but it only based on what have you done, right? So I cannot judge you
Right.
for what you haven't done. So if I say to you, Denczil, I would never hire you to preach,
Right.
because all I ever hear you do is sing.
Right.
So when
Right.
they say, oh yeah, I hiring Denczil to preach, but Denczil can't preach.
Right.
Denczil is a singer.
Right.
So you say, oh, I don't care, guess what? Man, somebody done buy it the other day and ain't nothing happened. So let's see what happened.
But in this instance, though, when you have the different players, you got the golf course dude there. You get the architecture firm that all these people you could research.
Right.
You can research the architecture firm. You can research the golf course designer who has done courses all in the country already.
And I can't wait.
You play golf?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you could search up the hotel.
It's not a waste for me to go to Freeport.
I like Freeport too.
Yeah,
I love Freeport.
I love Freeport. It's a nice balance for me.
I like it's
It's a nice balance.
it's laid back.
It's not as slow as Cat Island, but it's
No.
not as fast as Nassau.
Yeah.
So it's a nice in between.
It definitely is.
It ain't even as fast as Abaco. Abaco faster than Freeport.
Correct.
You understand?
I
So
agree.
it's a nice
I think
balance.
Zoom almost faster than Freeport.
Yeah, Exuma
almost.
Exuma almost faster than Nassau, if you ask me. But
So no, I like-
I agree. I like Freeport, and I pray and I hope that it all works out.
So, but if we can do the homework right, and we can see that, hold on, this ain't a fly by night guy who we can't find. We can actually see that these guys have properties in these different
yeah,
locations.
but it's still
Because some of the other people, you had questions about them.
What you mentioned in the game now, we have to do what? We say behemoths on
We have to
project. No. You have to deliver.
Yeah, we have to live right.
Right? So on surface, like, hey, listen, this look good. Hey, this look good. Like this boy here, I know him. I see his name here. There's so many, boom, 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 boom. I know them. I know this one. Da 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 da. However, I know CAC2, the Chinese company that did this and did that. But look at the drama they in. So it's all like,
I mean, they're in drama, but they did the main Bahamas are open.
yeah, but I agree. Some other things is getting a little left out of it.
Yeah.
But I just use them for example, like, even though we have these big names and we have these reputable names, we still have to make sure you deliver the premium people.
All right, let's see something here. Let's see what this was here. Something just came through. So now I may stand to be corrected. This is, I know my producers find things now. May 16, 2002. The tourism, aviation, table the communication on the sale of the Grand Lucayan Resort in the House of Assembly. This comes on the heels of a made announcement late last week in Freeport, Grand Bahama, that the government secured a partner to purchase the property. On May 11th, the governor of Bahamas and Electro America signed a memorandum of understanding and the heads of agreement for the purchase of the Grand Bahama. Okay,
See?
I stand corrected.
That's the second one or that's the first one? That's the first one. It ain't no more.
One
sign. But other
This one was signed.
Other table sales.
There's no overnight fix for the Grand Bahamas economy, and there's no singular remedy for Grand Bahamas economic.
When this was
quagmire,
2002?
the Minister told the House of Assembly. However, what is clear is that tourism is a critical part of the way forward for Grand Bahama, and we need to methodically approach the situation with a bird's eye view, but being intentional about pulling all the pieces in place. The driving force.
Don't get me all that, you know. We already got our point. In 2002, the heads of agreement was signed. Between 2002 and now, it's been
How many heads agreements going to be signed on this hotel?
only two. Two was signed. This one just got signed, and the one in 2002. But there was table for different sales, if I'm not mistaken, between 2002 and now, right? So you're coming on the tail end. So you already established that. You look tired. Practice was long last night. You need to sleep in the night, bro. Just don't let this. You old, bro. Don't let this album keep you up late in the night. Go record music early in the morning.
You want to go there?
I say record music early in the morning. I ain't going nowhere. You look tired. I concerned with you.
No, you won't concern me.
You need rest. A friend, a brother.
Carlo,
Entrepreneur.
Delton.
Delton, that guy catch yourself.
Let me say this. The government has accepted Electra's purchase offer for the Grand Lucayan Resort of $100 million, and upfront deposit of $5 million will be paid immediately on execution of the definitive purchase agreement and will become non-refundable at the end of the 60-day due diligence period. And the balance of $95 million will be due at closing, which has been agreed at no longer than 120 days from the execution of the MOU. We got the $5 million?
You're asking around. That don't work for government.
He's one of the things.
That's 2002, right?
Yeah.
Who's about it? And you know what? Never mind. We ain't getting that.
The PLP.
Wow. That's why I say never mind. You mean to say that?
No. I think it's important to say that. I mean, to be accurate, because I was reading from Chester Cooper.
All right.
Yeah. No. So it's fair to say that.
So that's I tell you. So this is the second time. So you could see where people could be little. But like you say, you have some more things in place now to make it look more viable. So all they gotta do now is deliver. And if they,
I think I understand this. I hear you, and I take that article just now. Some of the comments I hear still bother me. Like I was like, but y'all don't want y'all don't want this to happen, right? Y'all don't want this to happen. Like it's like I still don't. I don't back down from what I said.
I don't think nobody honestly if anybody honestly truly doesn't want it to happen, they ain't got no sense. Everybody needs this bounce. They need this bounce more than anything.
Why we keep why we keep separating ourselves from Freeport?
We
Freeport need this. Freeport is a part of the Bahamas.
Yeah,
economy.
but I think if you I understand you was doing some business just now. So my godchild, that's very important. My godchild is very important to me. Is he straight? Did everything go through?
Yeah, everything cool.
I being serious. I can say my godchild, he's straight.
Yeah, he's straight, man.
Good. Okay, now let's finish talking. So we didn't address some things, and I did a long build up to get here.
Yeah.
To talk about why this focus on Freeport and why they need it, because of how people hurting over there.
Yeah.
Big time. Big time.
So even the population in Freeport has decreased because everybody goes everywhere else to
Everybody
work.
got to go somewhere else
Yeah.
to work.
So why you think we separate? We ain't separating it. I could go back. If I from Freeport, I can go to the hotel and wait.
Why I said I am a part of, even though I don't live in Freeport, I am a part of Freeport. So I feel it when they feel we need this.
You don't feel
it. But that's when I say you feel it.
You don't feel it because you don't been enough recently. You tell me you don't been enough.
You gotta go. I ain't gotta be there to feel it.
Go open up to room over there.
Sean, I telling you.
Go with Barbershop over there.
I telling you. No, this honestly, I ain't knocking you. I telling you.
What you touch?
If you ain't being over there,
man.
If you ain't being over there, boy, it's different, boy.
You touch the computer, you can't see the
I
comments.
agree with you. Freeport needs this bounce. Not just this, they need more than this.
And I just saying, like, I feel like if you and let me say this straight up.
If you
want an F&M, I don't think you should don't politicize this one. Let's say, like how I've heard some of them say, I wish this happened. I really hope this works.
But
let's leave it right
But
there.
the leader of the opposition, ain't he from Freeport?
At least from Nassau, but he is MP for Freeport. That's correct. So I feel that the opposition language should be careful. I think the language should be careful.
They should be right there.
You know,
they should be right there, seeing this through to make sure that this is viable
now,
and this comes true. And
I was very careful talking about the support of the project. Now you entered in, and the stage left. You ended something else. You said they should have been there.
No,
that's the word you used.
Okay,
you said they should have been there. Because now I want to talk about that.
So what I mean,
I separated the two.
Right. So what I mean by that is right. For Freeport, if like Sean say, we all be humans.
Yeah.
I want be there to see what you all say happening.
When you say be there, you mean being there Thursday?
Like whatever day it was.
You would have gone?
I would have gone. If I am the representative for Grandmama, and this supposed anybody Grandmama, and this supposed to benefit my constituency, I would have been there.
So if you had gone there to the Lugaya ballroom, and when you pull up outside, you just see the sea of yellow. You see that jitney pull up there, or that jitney come yellow, just yellow and blue, little crab.
Yeah, but at this point, I am there as a representative of the opposition.
I want you get in that seat now.
Right.
Don't talk from here. Talk as you are the representative.
Yeah, but I am also the representative of Grandmama.
And when you walk in there, you see pom-poms, you see whistles.
When you
see.
Listen, when you
I only paint the picture that I want to make sure we hear this. Yeah.
When you go to your voting polls on election day as a prime minister or the leader of opposition or a member of parliament or anybody that ran for a constituency, you have to walk through the same set of people. The plenty yellow, the plenty red, the little bit of black, the little bit of green. People saying unnecessary things. Some people just looking and laughing. That is the freedom that you put yourself in when you decide to go in.
So
this.
when you go there, so all right, so you say this Carlo,
because
Carlo in his red tie. Because you getting your red tie.
You're my red tie.
You got your red tie on. We escort you to your seat.
Mm-hmm.
And and every time someone talk about I applaud the prime minister for this remarkable project that's coming.
I feel
this prime minister, this and that, and the whole room cheers. What will you do?
I sit right there. And
you don't clap it?
I might clap. It depends on what they say. It depends on what they say.
No, if everybody clapping, we clapping for this project the prime minister bring. You got to clap too.
That's fine.
You clapping?
Why not? What?
Sean, you clapping in your red tie?
Why not? So what does that?
I don't.
So does that give you? So let me ask you a question. Does that take away from your character, or adds to your character? Because think about it now. The sitting government, just the PLP, right? Doing something that's going to be beneficial for not only the country but for where you represent, right? I sit in that front row, and I sit right there, and I don't be disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I clap when necessary. Whatever. I don't have to be overzealous. But if you are, in my opinion, smart enough, not say smart because I don't say call somebody dumb, but in my opinion, if you look at it at the glass half full and not empty, you say what? I'm on your character because he sit up there knowing when he got the face, but he's sitting there knowing, listen, he here for the betterment of Grand Bahama and greater benefit for the Grand Bahamians. So if he could sit there in the quote unquote the lion's den to show his full support on what they're doing for Grand Bahamians, that should speak volumes to his character.
So you think him being there, and I didn't pass, you didn't get past the sea of blue and sea of yellow, and you didn't get to your seat, but you say you can clap too.
What are you consider
There,
for?
there was a lot of moments for clapping for. There was a lot of celebration for Philip E. Brave Davis.
Yeah.
There's a lot. You to clap all them, or you just clap for one or two.
It depends. I didn't watch it.
See, once you get, it was a clapathon.
Yeah.
it was high energy. It was high energy. So I just asked him to see if you were
You don't have to be disgusting. But think about it.
Because my thing is, if you're there,
in your opinion,
and I can say this, if you're there and don't clap, if you're there and you just sitting there,
then it's you there with all the wrong intention.
you there right. So now that means you gotta be there clapping and whatnot. Now here's
But
my
that-
question in this country: is that politically prudent? Based on how we think as a people.
If we have open minds, which we,
Well,
Come
well,
on,
that's a
Carlo,
big-
man. Come
that's a
on, why
big
you
if.
acting like you ain't know how this thing go?
oh, I thought you wasn't involved.
Even if you notice a good thing and you want clap a little clap, you so scared to do it because when you leave this room and you go and sit in the other room,
I wonder where Carlo live.
What you think this is?
Where I live? I live in Nassau. She say he should have been there no matter what. Or who was the MP? He's the MP.
Yeah, he should have been there. But
That's the MP.
He can't clap too.
But Sean, how can you be there and not clap?
Clap. You can't not clap. So
Huh?
don't go.
How do you be there and not clap? You watched it? You watched the live?
I would find the first reporter, the closest one. This is a good thing for Freeport, Grand Bahama, and I applaud the present government for this. There are many things that I disagree with them on, but this here is good for Freeport, and I applaud them.
So you sit down and you clap.
I clap. I have my own press conference.
Yeah, but then during the ceremony you clapping, or you can stay there with the press all day.
The ceremony.
The ceremony was but
So you think what you implying is political suicide?
No, they ain't political.
I'm
suicide.
saying I would do exactly what you said you would have done. For me. Knowing that this could actually that there are persons who would say, like you said, say like, you know what? This is a big man. This man is mature.
Yeah.
But then also know that there are others, and it may be a greater majority who feel like,
So me ask you.
oh,
a
you
question.
and you clapping, you
Let
clapping
me
for
really
Brave?
be there.
You and you clapping for Brave?
Let me be devil's advocate. You think Menace would have gone?
He said he would have gone.
That's what he said.
He said it today.
Oh, I missed that.
He said if he was invited, he would have been there.
You gotta get me invited.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, if he was
And there are one or two
the
things-
leader of
and there are one or
opposition,
two things that
Not-
people
not if it
thought
was-
he would have come to, he didn't go to.
not if he was. He's busy cooking corned beef and rice. Not if he was what he is now. Just a member of parliament. I said if he was actually the
Or if he was leader of
if
opposition.
he was sitting leader of opposition, think he was good?
It's very.
He was going.
Dr. Menace seems like a different
He was
person.
going.
You think he's good?
He's good. He was going, and he was
He was going, and he can say,
He was going.
I will make sure this real.
he was get a high off of being there.
Check your phone, please. I need it right away.
What you need from me?
Just check your phone. I mean, it's okay if you check your phone. I mean, Kenyatta be on his own the whole show. No, so they can fast track it.
Yeah, I got you.
They will fast track it. Yeah. Yeah. So, I think it was, and I believe it was a calculated decision that was made. I don't think it was a good call that was made. But I feel like they was in that place of, boy, there's a catch-24, catch-22, catch-27, catch-37. Do I go? Do I not go? I'm leader of opposition, but I'm a member of parliament representing these people. How do I? What you would have done, Sean? You'd have gone? I ask you again, like for real now, not jumping on Carlo question.
If I was the leader of opposition,
Yeah,
yeah, man, I go in.
you was going?
Yeah, I won't go. I won't see this true. I need to see this. I need to witness that this is true. I want to see that the
See,
fireworks
that's what-
that they are sending in the sky are there for real. You know, because I mean, listen, we can't be and people the thought in people's mind is like, man, listen, hopefully this ain't no another election ploy. Like, it's so convenient that like election is next year and all of a sudden, boom, we sign a heads of agreement for the sale of the Port Lucaya Hotel again. And so yeah, man, I would go just to make sure that this is true and to hope that it is true. And if it is true, I would. It takes a big man to say, yeah, I lend my support. I congratulate you on pulling this off, because the Freeport needs this. The country at large needs this. Putting all political putting ball politics aside.
Put the nation first.
Yeah, nation first, country
That's it.
first. And then I would be like, and I would say under my voice, I hope this is not just another political.
You do raise that handshake when you shake my hand and say, "Man, I hope this works out." You really handshaking and saying, "Boy, I lost this one." Eh?
You think that's what it is?
I think so.
You now listen. Y'all know I try my best on the show to stay.
But I ain't
straight down
gonna
the
lie.
middle
But if you see
and
that
not
old dad
lean
bounce
to the
and I
left.
make good, after that's umbrella.
In this show, I don't lean to the left or right. I try to stay in the middle.
Yeah,
in this
you was
show.
a real
I try to stay in the middle.
Let me not call
But
us
are you telling me, Kenyatta Taylor, that if we witness them buildings start to be teared down and the crews on the ground, boots on the ground, and there's
people working?
dirt moving.
after them in trouble in Freeport?
If dirt in Freeport,
Yeah. We can talk about Freeport. We don't want Freeport.
no sir, I think the Bahamas gone yellow.
What other benefit in Get Island?
No people waking.
In Get Island?
That's excitement. You know what's excitement? You know views I think I had last week. I gotta say you only watched that. I said on there, I watched that, man.
You something nothing to do it.
I was very busy.
So if you could sit down and watch, so why you can't answer my phone calls tonight? God and thing. You always in meeting, baby. But you could watch your whole show.
That was the meeting.
What a time!
That was the meeting that day.
That was the meeting. What up, Mike? I say, my God, that's a text. That's I was in a
I
meeting.
see pyrotech just blow, like no fly fireworks.
Hey, don't do that.
There's a point in time
Right,
where
boys.
some of these MPs need to put their differences aside for the betterment of our nation.
Pyrotech, you got a name. We can need a sponsor for our show, eh?
Rito says, did the opposition attend the groundbreaking ceremony of the Nassau cruise port?
I remember. I think so.
You tell us, Reno. We don't know.
I don't know, Reno.
That's Reno. That's Officer Reno.
Yes, officer.
He's an inspector now or ASP.
I know what Reno is.
You know what you is now? ASP or
Good
inspector?
question.
Like a sumo wrestler.
I need to put you in this in the front of your name.
What you look like, Sean?
A sumo wrestler.
You're disrespectful. You know, he's somebody father. But
Reno, you should come and lock this boy up. So you show what your rank is. Come and lock him up.
yeah, man. We know what your rank is, man. Out of curiosity.
Defamation of character.
That's powerful. See, you look like you're all rude,
Mr.
but
Lewis. He holding on the
I asked
hairline
another
like you,
question.
Carlo. He been holding on the hairline just like you for a long time.
Reno, I apologize. This is my brother. Reno's my boy. That's my good personal friend.
Good brother.
Absolutely.
Good brother. In every sense of the word.
He was nothing. Reno answered you. I would not read it online, but he answered you. Eh? You can look at his response to you, Kenyatta.
this long plot. Yeah. Get him. Come lock him up, man. Send him on the road so you gotta cut that.
Hey, I can let you something though. I can let you something, brother. You know, I ain't stingy with this. I got enough. I can let you something, brother.
So, all right. So the agreement is that y'all think the FNF should have gone. Pin down should have gone.
Pin that should have gone. That's my opinion. But
Now,
hey,
listen, I know. I like Pintard as a person. But man, why the people ain't feeling Pintard?
I know, but I can't speak to that. How you know they ain't feeling them?
Okay, let me tell you something. I went to the carnival and I think I shared this.
To the carnival
Yeah, I think
in December,
in December.
like the outside, like the rides and popcorn and
Yes, the
thing.
carnival. If politicians like the Right Honorable Perry Christie, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, the Right Honorable Celinda Oscar Pillin, if any one of them would have graced the carnival grounds any given night, and this was a Friday night, I guarantee you, the parents and their children to that carnival
Would flog them.
would have flogged them.
Stop.
Stop. Hold on.
Sean, that is not a fair comparison. By no means. You comparing past sitting prime ministers to a leader of opposition.
Okay.
You won't even give a man a chance to be the prime minister, see what he can accomplish first.
You know what? I stand down. You were correct.
But just sick.
I
But you are some tough critics.
I stand down.
The man-
If that was Menace, and I was saying the same thing, yeah.
Right,
you're
and then
correct.
ain't nobody flocking minutes.
Ain't nobody flocking Menace.
You can't say that, man.
No, ain't nobody flocking Menace.
No, man. Some people like flog.
Ain't nobody flocking Menace.
No, not in that, fellas.
No. If you want to live key Old Fort Bay, or your last name is Olowesco,
You also know what to say, though. You also know what to say.
Don't know what to say.
You all don't know what to say, bro. I don't even picture about to say that on the radio.
That's a joke.
Hold on.
Hey, that's a joke.
Kim McDonald, you the same person who just said how you feel like no matter what, we need to get over politics.
Yeah.
And the FNM should have been there. Now let's say it looked like a victory party after winning the election.
All she has to say now, it looked. That's how
I
it
didn't
looked.
see the whole shitang for the thing, you know.
You can watch it.
I can go back to watch it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So you watched it? I understand you had a whole meeting. Yeah, so it was good.
But you can just put it on the
So
TV in the barbershop
the,
and just let it play.
y'all the thing on board, watch it together. eh?
Don't use it on them.
The town planning
I
committee.
don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
The town planning committee say, see, we approve this. Bob,
I don't know what you're talking about.
let's watch this.
I don't know. What
Sean,
you're
you
talking about.
really gotta
That's
stop.
Out of order.
You really gotta stop, bro.
Out of order.
You really doing the most today.
Huh?
You doing the most today, bro?
You better shut it down for you so I keep going.
I know one thing. I see. Oh, Spunk gone.
Yeah.
Spunk gone again.
No, I watched the whole thing and I was excited. I pray and it manifests.
I'm praying to manifest too, man.
All of it, man. Because Grand Bahama.
The Bahamas, Freeport, we all need it. We need it.
Bad.
I got family in Freeport. I got friends in Freeport.
Yeah, man. And
Freeport used to be it was supposed to be the second city. I mean, like
so if that can
they running for fifth now.
if we can get that up and running, Carnival Celebration Key is just about completed. That's another big one for Freeport. And I heard about another project that's going on. If these three things manifest and
Along with what they have going on now down by where they is fixed cruise ships anyway. Along with all of this should be good. But I always be amazed by that. Like how they come way to Freeport to fix these big cruise ships.
yeah.
You ever see them up on Dry Dock? On the way to 8 Mile Rock?
I saw it one time. It's just amazing to blow your mind to see that the kind of operation they're getting on over there.
Yeah, bro. That different.
I
That ain't
would-
like that people on these base, you get them a little boating thing.
No.
they have a whole cruise ship that you done been on. Park up in Grand Bahama.
You get it on
In
the
Bahamas.
on the jack.
Fixing.
I know,
That's amazing.
for me sitting on the little restaurant there where they feed the sharks on outside, was a restaurant called upstairs.
I never been to that one.
You know, it's a very, very common one. I can't remember the name.
I see it from in the ghetto when I go.
Stop it.
I see it from the woman. If you got a name, she have a little garage. You used to go right by the garage to get the food.
In the house? The house there?
Out the seat. Yeah.
Nice.
Did the garage, right? With a little big cool in the yard.
Very nice.
Yeah. I had
Good
food in as good as it used to be, and I voice is going. But she
Yeah.
saw it, and then out the seat. I used to eat by size, but they ain't open no more.
I've been out to sea too.
I love out the sea.
Yeah,
I don't go to Freeport and don't go out the sea. It ain't a trip.
Pair one. Thank you so much for texting me. Pair one.
Maybe it's really be listening to the show, but it's be tuned right there.
Yeah, we want to listen. Pair one. You
No,
never
I
pair
don't eat bad one. I
Yeah.
eat by flying fish. That's what good.
When you pair one, at a certain time they feed the sharks, and so if you throw food out, and you watch these tigers.
I must sit down there, spend money in the restaurant, and feed the shark.
But the restaurant owners them is feed them a certain time of the day.
Oh,
and
but
you-
my food.
tons of it. No, not your food.
Well, I say
No.
I'm gonna take my food and
No. Boats that big in my life. Like you sitting down and watching these boat pass, like minutes going by and the same boat passing, it blows your mind. So Freeport, I wanted to go big. I wanted it to happen, and boy, there's a lot of action in North Lutra.
Yeah.
Actually, some in South Lutra now too. There's a lot of action and Exuma still happening.
I say, Luchu getting
We
food.
leaving together, so
Yeah, just 5
I
minutes.
have 10 minutes to get to rehearsal.
yeah, we all leaving
Yes,
together.
you raced last night, bro. You raced last night. Your eye can't even stay open. You can rehearsal again. Go on. You've been singing from you was 15, bro.
Y'all go to that.
Younger than that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you need to be ice. Tell them you don't need to be ice. You think Brian McKnight is ice? Anything? You having a concert? Are you having a concert?
My time is 8
Are
o'clock.
you having a concert?
No, Sandals. Doing something for Sandals.
You doing something for Sanders?
We had the show now. Don't play the music so we can leave together.
I mean, look at him. Eat and drink, 2 cups of coffee. I still red. You tired, bro?
Stick your catch.
Go home. Tell your manager and the team you need a night off. You know good? You tired, bro. This is your friend talking to you. Good tomorrow is. Right, Wednesday?
That night you'll break the cycle tonight, man. We should break that cycle.
Guarantee you,
You-
next show I coming for you. I coming for you.
Denczil, all fun jokes aside.
Yes.
Tyson Kenyatta look exhausted.
He does look very exhausted.
I ain't saying nothing wrong.
He's been wiping his eye the whole time he's
Yeah,
there.
I
He's
say you look
drank coffee.
tired, bro. And then that situation with Monica, that odd. So what you got to do? You tired, bro. You off tomorrow. Don't go clean no yard. Don't do nothing.
We don't get a message for you.
Old age. You don't believe you old, bro? Yeah, you can see you.
Yeah, we don't can see you. There you go, yeah. Yeah,
Everybody can see you. Sit down. No, Marisha say don't do that. Marisha say don't do that.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Barbershop Talk. We can pick up right here. We congratulate the Prime Minister, congratulate Ginger Moxie.
Listen, Grandmama.
All of you. We congratulate you. Awesome job.
We want everything. We want everything and more.
We batting for y'all, listening. We want this to happen.
I also be able to go to Grandmama every other weekend and play golf. By that time, my golf game can be better.
I got to stay out of Pelican Bay. I think I see them. Had the excavator and they marched down the whole device there, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got to stay Pelican Bay now.
Yeah, stay upstairs though. Don't stay downstairs.
I could never.
That's what I got to do.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody.
Tell them all of you I'm upstairs. Don't stay downstairs.
Yeah, I know. I got you. I go on, everybody. Y'all have a good one. We out. Blessings to y'all.
Said I was gonna stop, but I keep falling short. Then I said enough of that, but this flesh of mine keep wanting more. Don't give up on me, I'm like a falling star. See, I was called to be some light for the dark, but I'm down this road again. Yes, I keep going back, girl. Going down this road again. Yes, I keep going back.